What is up, guys? Welcome back to another casted game. We're on the 2 vs 2 rank quick search ladder, and we found ourselves a game day between the PFW clan of Achilana and Momo up against community's favourites, best YouTuber in the content creation scene. It is Lionheart, and Antz is here. The map today is Spain. We never see this map. It's not a traditional standard map. It is designed to look like Spain in terms of the islands and kind of that shape, but every player starts off with a dock wagon, and in a team game situation, this could lead to some absolute spicy booms. Interesting to see how players react and adapt to this situation. Don't think you start off with a market. No, that is just a market built by Antz and trying to work his way onto the early age 1 hunting dogs and the house. But I think I've had a quick peek and saw a previous game of Lionheart and Antz, and I think the combo there was pretty good. I think I'd be very upset if I was Lionheart on this map, seeing a dock wagon start on a map with not many trading post wagons and a pretty, poor stagecoach map. Map control doesn't really matter on a high resource map like this. I don't think we'll be seeing the same strategy from Lionheart this game of a Baja play. We'll have to find that out though if Lion wants to think about maybe Central America, then fast revolt to age 4 and kind of play from there. Maybe standard Rio Grande pivot, or maybe just play standard team game compositions. Go maybe full soldados and let Antz work on the skirmisher and the cav. We'll have to find out. Another reason why it's going to be tough for Lionheart this game, up against some strong players in Momo and Achilana, but actually playing into Ottoman with a dock start. Please tell me that Momo has a water deck. Oh, Momo doesn't have a water deck. What? Oh, God. Just imagine playing Ottomans. You don't have a water deck, and then you get a map which gives you a free dock wagon and team water maps are insane because all the resources kind of scale on number of players. And look at the amount of whales. About 6 per side. Yeah, maybe 4 each side. And then maybe a couple in the middle, like neutral territory. Momo, come on. And I'm kind of feeling that Achilana is also just not interested in the water. There's no real water cards there at all. Has Antz got anything water? He's got some ships. I think Germany could actually add some fishing boats there. And you probably should when you get given a free dock wagon, just to supplement the economy. And Lionheart, main water. Wow. 14 fishing boats age 4, no cards the 3rd age, clear Central America revolts and pivot to the 4th age via the Central America revolts. It doesn't seem like a bad idea. Probably Agent of McCurrigan for the dock wagon and fishing boats, depending on cards sent, and yeah, that doesn't seem like a bad idea. As Momo scouted Ford Hacienda, he has seen the Ford Hacienda. So has the trading post down behind. There's a decent amount of trees behind this. And Antz is walling the side cliff. Okay, fair enough. That is actually an easy wall and so much security. You can wall from here to the trading post as well. And that's basically half the map locked down. Another little wall over this side next to the Habsburg trading post. And you've basically walled up, well, 50% of the middle. And then your forward base is in between that. So pretty decent. 225 XP guarded by 4 marauding musketeers, that's worth taking. Villager here by 3 gunmen, get close, that's worth taking. XP witch hunters, worth taking. A lot of decent treasures over in the middle, worth taking if you can get a couple units out. And there's some windmills on the northern side and southern side. Feels kind of like Halo Wars-esque in terms of controlling buildings out on the map and getting that map control. But speaking of map control, Achilana and Momo sat as far back as possible. Avis guns, musketeers, the composition of choice here from these players. Don't mind that. I'd be interested to see how Antz kind of deals with this, and I kind of feel that Antz's play could be something like dock, semi, get to the next age and go war wagon. And try and not fight this H2, because I don't think H2 Island's going to get too much done Oh no, I lied. Lionheart has gone for the Baja revolts. He sent all his post wagons forward, but what's he gonna do with these? Is he actually gonna take second trading post away from Antz, and Antz is not gonna have a TP of any kind? That's a bold call here from Lion. Going for the House of Bourbon, which okay, that's pretty good. Bourbon and Habsburg Nats is always great there. My two favourite European ones, especially the Habsburg. I think the line infantry is incredible. It's at age 3 units, and the tech for +1 shipment, very, very nice. Couple cav here from Antz going to come out. And being taken by Lionheart, and it feels like Antz is just kind of a spectator to Lion's game. Wood comes in and praise Garja. A fishing boat has been trained on this map. I thought this day would never come, but it has now. What is Antz's play? I'm not going to lie. I don't really know what he wants to do on this map. It's so awkward of a place, because where do you raid his... I mean, this is painful that the train post is just kind of bugged out, not going in. It will go in. You just need to kind of re-put it in, if you know what I'm saying. Garjaluya. That's what we need to refer to. That's quite a good name, actually. So you can see how filibusters and the bandits are going through some other treasures. An extra villager being picked up here for Lion. Very nice. That's going to go straight into a silver mine and garrison resources. And something like maybe taking a windmill. I mean, I know you haven't really got a good reason for food, but could be your way back in for the unrevolt later if you're going that way. The trade galleon is in here for Lion, so that will give him a decent economy. And Lion has actually sent in Team Sugar Economics for 2 trading posts, which is... yeah, it's underwhelming. It's really underwhelming. Could put... well, I mean, you do need them on coin to go and drive your outlaw production. Problem is, Abus Gunners are just so good, and those are the type of units that actually will destroy Banditos. They bypass their range resist. And where is Antz? He needs to cav in to distract the Abus Guns. And the filibusters and the bandits, they need to kill the Abus Guns is a high priority. And I think Antz is doing a great job to try and get the Orlans on the backside. More raiding. More Abus Guns coming behind, though. And this could be a good fight here. I think Antz is positioned really nicely. Just look at all the Abus Guns just walking, not firing. All this time, Lionheart behind is just getting absolute pot shots on his units. And what a fantastic fight there from Lion and Antz. And I have no idea how Momo and Achilana have butchered that up so badly. That wasn't even like a trade. That was a slaughter. And push back to base, ready to regroup. Couple fishing boats. The manor house boom is kind of here for Achilana and being very spoilt with a number of hunts, really defensive on his side. There's no need for map control here, actually, but can't just give away your early army like that. And it's not like Lionheart has a huge amount of TPs and booming behind himself. He's kind of, you know, this is the classic all-in strategy, which is causing a lot of havoc for 1 versus 1 players at the moment. But in team, surely there should be a way to deal with this. And yeah, trying to rush a player who's all in. Didn't need to do that. Sit back, buy time, and let Lionheart and Antz push forwards onto Momo himself. Couple Ulan's raiding top side, and Momo has some vills, just 1 vill to a deer out here, but there's no one nearby, and more Ulan's got to come in behind to try and get some vills, but 2 vills will pull trick each other back to safety. Achilana is kind of eating all of Momo's spare safe hunts, and I'd really be trying to encourage him to kind of leave some for him. You have so much space down to your southern side. Are these 2 players really thinking logically about actually what the objective is and how they need to play together? Not too sure. Tell you what could be an interesting play would be a trade monopoly victory condition from Lionheart's team. Take middle 2 native posts, and you will have enough to start the trade monopoly if you wanna kind of go down that route. Abus Guns getting a bit distracted. But you can see they're stood in the range of the Banditas. Get out the range. Okay, yeah, the same range. I take that back. For some reason I thought Abus Guns had longer range than they actually do. But Bashi Bozzards do get called forward, and Achilana with his full musketeer play is... I mean, it's good versus the Uhlans, but actually, kind of feels like maybe if you can get the stable down. Yeah, he's getting the stable down for the Hussars. Get the snare in, distract from the Banditos. That's the crucial, is distract the Banditos. Force the Quattro's response so that maybe the Aegis guns can outmass the Banditos and take some good trades. Back in base, there's still no fishing boats here from Antz. There's none from Lion. And Antz is here with no XP income, no church as well. It does feel magnitudes of awkward for Germany, and the score reflects it. Hasn't really put a foot wrong, hasn't lost too many units, done some raiding, still bottom of the score pile. And let's actually look at Antz's position. He's going to go for a juicy raid, sees many vills. This should be where fishing boats are here to garrison, pick this up. This could be a nice 2 vill raid, maybe 3. Achilana does have the great coats, but no musks to defend this whatsoever. And how can Achilana lose like 4 vills right to the team? Where are they going? Oh, the pole trick gone the wrong way round. 5 vills go down for Achilana in base. Bruh, how does that happen? And Antz is looking to age out. He's going to age out behind this. And Momo and Achilana just sat in base. They don't really know what to do. And it's still depressingly slow. This water adoption from Momo. He does have the 2 TPs, but not stagecoach. Not upgrade that whatsoever. I think he's worried that he can't defend it. And it's starting to master Aegis guns. A couple upgrades here from Momo. Now sending Eco Theory because he's out of other cards. I think he's realised that he needs to stay age 2. And yeah, these vills are trained so slow. Just have first tier. Vill upgrades. The Musk's going to charge in. But Ashlana's, I want to say he's scared. Yeah, I suppose he's waiting for... Oh, the Hussars go in. You just distract, do something. Hussars do something. You just stood there. I know he's kind of waiting, trying to push back the Uhlans, but soon Antz is going to be on age 3 Uhlans. Maybe Cav combat. They are double Cav carded. Like that. Cav HP, Cav attack. And the Musks are just a single group. Just splits them off, puts them in melee modes. And this is a sign of a control group enjoyer, but actually it's causing problems. The Hussars are not really getting on the Banditos. Aegis guns getting range. Oh, the dynamites are flowing everywhere. And the Musks are still in the range attack versus Cav. Just get a couple in melee. That's all you need to do. Just a couple. Just a couple. And the Aegis guns, they need to pull back. They're getting outgunned seriously. And Outlaw Combat Banditos winning the war versus Aegis guns. He's back off a little bit here. But no veteran upgrade, and Antz is floating 1300 food behind. That is disappointing to see. Taking the main fight there. Not the upgraded. And that's enough to kind of keep Achilana and Momo interested. Antz taking the score lead and going from the score the person with the lowest score now up to person leading the charge. Interesting to see. 33 villas, probably with 6. And they probably with 8 settler wagons. So 10 settler wagons, 2. Oh, I did 3 settler wagon, 2 settler wagon. Okay, so 44 equivalent villa economy. Momo 41, couple of fishing boats. Achilana, the Brit boomer, 37 vills. It's disappointing. It's bad.
Yes.
And we're now on our reserve hunts of ibex and deer.
Ready.
And we still have unupgraded muskets. What's he been doing this game? He's been vill booming but losing the vills and not really mass upgrading the units. And yes, he's playing the musk play, but maybe a couple of longbows, and yeah, a couple of longbows do come in behind. Team musk HP, a couple of jams would be quite nice, but Momo's just sat in base on berries. Oh, if Otto just fish booms and then maybe did like a jump to FI, going for the Cav raid, Achilana, but in the face of Cav combat double carded Uhlans, it's not going to work there, is it? Actually looking at Antz's his position. He needs to get a second TC really, or at least move some of these villagers across onto wood. Does have player surmise, doesn't have log film just yet. And Lionheart does actually have docks, 2 docks sent it in the McCulkin card. Not really been following up whatsoever, and it feels so like one-dimensional from Lion, but Lion's got 500 food from this windmill, but he's got no way to spend it. Nothing. Nothing about it he can do. Like if I was oh, windmill. Oh, that's what it is. Did Antz take his home windmill? No, he's only literally just taken this one, it seems. Outlaws moving in once again. Musks with their Musk HP, but both Momo and Achilana, age 2 at 15 minutes. It's awkward. They're not going to win. Versus Outlaw Combat, and out comes the Royal March Banditos with 4.4 speed. Going to close down Abus pretty quickly, and Antz needs to be in there to try and snare the Abus and bring those Musks forward. But you see the distance closed in. Dynamites get thrown in, and actually maybe finds in the buildings. Maybe a blessing in disguise here for Momo. No more Bashi Bozuks, and all the Ulan's just trying to pan for his building nightmare. Once again, the Musketeers are not into melee mode. They're just ranging fire into range resist. Okay, finally goes into melee mode. But it feels like the Banditas have done so much damage into them behind. And the Musks are just dead. The Musks, unfortunately, are just dead. The Abus guns are dying. And I would be so tilted if our Momo and Achilana getting creamed by Antz here with the presence of Lionheart as well. Yeah, get that resign in. Oh my god. Well, the team combination we've seen here from Lion. Antz is here. And a little bit of a water play, but just not enough. No rendering plant, no real commitment to the water. And Achilana just, oh, I do not want to see really his kill death ratio and the combat XP. Remember, when facing versus Outlaws, you get double XP on the kill, but actually, you're probably not going to notice that in the stats. It was being that one-sided in terms of combat and fights being trade. Achilana maybe not realising that Momo is tapped out. The polite thing to do is hit the resign button when your teammate is out. He's just going to get ran over here by the cavalry, and this is Semi-Ville's out on the western side. The GG has been called. And, whoa. For a weird map like Spain, we definitely saw some weird strategies, but then actually felt more resembling to a bunch of 1v1s being played. Really strange. But all we do know is that Abus guns maybe aren't as good into Banditas as you think. And, well, they would be probably fine if the cav threat was handled. Achilana going into pure Musketeers then instead of Hussars. I think the Musks was fine. Just getting ran over by Lionheart and Antz, and as military trades go, we just got to see this. The combat experience. Achilana 870 XP, Lionheart triple. Okay, 2.5, 2 double XP. Let's say. Momo getting some decent XP into Lionheart, but I've got to remember the boosted XP because of the Outlaws. If we just look at military kills and loss, 123 units, 64 musks, 51 kills, 121 units lost, and that includes villagers as well. Line at a 3-to-1 kill death ratio as well. Momo trading negatively with Abus guns, and Antz here is nearly 2-to-1 positive with Ulan's behind, and that is absolutely brutal. Look at the villager population, and apart from Lionheart losing all his villas to revolt, you can find everyone on the map. Achilana loses a couple early, 1-1-2. Some Ulan's static here, maybe versus one of the early fights pushing out. Then losing more, loses 6 or 5 to Antz raid. Achilana using a couple, definitely lost 1 or 2. Static growth with the housing population. Does get a couple fishing boats, but you just want to see that growth of fishing boats early on in the game, and that would have paid off. I bet these didn't even have their rendering plans on. I don't think we'll be able to find that out actually. But wow, that's getting close. Yeah, okay. Lions definitely didn't have his rendering, his gill nets on. I think 13 fishing boats. If you could have squeezed some in, that would be really nice. And yeah, that's going to be the game there, folks. Lionheart embracing the Baja play with his best mate in the game, Antz, and takes down Achilana and Momo. You guys enjoyed that one? Let me know. See you guys in the next game.